Chosen one. You are not here by accident. Heaven has aligned this moment with precision, and your spirit was summoned to this word. The Most High has led you to the threshold of a supernatural shift, a divine wealth transfer prepared long before you knew to pray for it. Anointed one, you are standing at the edge of breakthrough, where what was withheld will now be released. As it is written, the blessing of the Lord brings wealth, and he adds no sorrow to it. Breathe deeply, open your spirit. Heaven is speaking, and what is being released over you today is holy. Chosen one. If you are here right now, it is because heaven has aligned this moment with a precision you cannot yet comprehend. Your spirit didn't wander into this word, it was pulled into it. And the moment you began listening, something inside you whispered, "This is for me." That whisper is confirmation. That stirring is evidence. When God wants to shift a chosen one, he doesn't always speak through thunder. Sometimes he speaks through alignment, through timing, through the tug you feel in your chest right now. Anointed one, listen closely. There are things happening around you in the physical, but they are rooted in something far deeper, far older, far more spiritual than what your eyes can perceive. The uneasiness you've been carrying, the strange behavior from the people around you, the jealousy you've sensed without explanation. None of it is random. None of it is accidental. None of it is coincidence. This is spiritual cause meeting spiritual effect. This is the invisible realm reacting to what God is awakening in you. I know what it feels like because I've walked through it too. Seasons where you can feel eyes on you, even when no one is looking directly at you. Moments where someone's tone shifts the moment you enter a room. Days when you can sense tension in the air that wasn't there before you arrived. Chosen one. Those are not emotional sensitivities. They are spiritual alerts. You are being shown who responds to your anointing and who reacts against it. And the truth is, the light you carry, is heavier than you realize. Your presence has weight in the spirit. When you walk into a place, atmospheres don't stay neutral, they shift. Energy rearranges. Spirits respond. Some rise toward you, others recoil from you. Not because you did anything wrong, but because heaven marked you long before you were aware of it. Many of your colleagues don't have the spiritual language to explain what they feel around you. They couldn't articulate it even if they tried. All they know is that the moment you appear, something inside them feels exposed. They feel the difference between your authenticity and their performance. Your peace confronts their unrest. Your clarity highlights their confusion. Your purpose touches the emptiness they have been avoiding for years. This is why jealousy rises without warning. This is why envy stirs even when you've done nothing to provoke it. Chosen one, your very existence agitates the unhealed, unsettled places in others. You are not trying to outshine anyone, yet your glow makes people uncomfortable. You are not trying to impress anyone, yet your presence draws attention effortlessly. You are not trying to compete, yet people measure themselves against you constantly because they don't see your spirit. They see their reflection in your light. And here is the prophetic truth. The jealousy you're encountering is responding not to your current level, but to your next one. People can sense where you are going even before you've fully seen it yourself. They can feel the rise. They can feel the favor. They can feel the acceleration. Someone who has no vision for their own life will always fear the one who walks with divine direction. Chosen one. There's another layer. You carry a grace that many around you have never experienced before. A grace that protects you even when you don't realize it. A grace that keeps you calm while others crumble. A grace that keeps you grounded when the room feels chaotic. You have a stillness that doesn't come from personality. It comes from God. When others panic, you stabilize. When others complain, you discern. When others gossip, you stay silent, and your silence threatens them more than your words ever could. I remember seasons when I tried to shrink myself to make others comfortable. When I softened my strengths, quieted my voice, dimmed my own light, just to keep the peace. But all that did was disconnect me from who God designed me to be. And I learned something powerful. When you lower your standards to meet people where they are, you suffocate your own anointing. You cannot dim what God ignited. You cannot hide what heaven marked. You cannot bury what the Spirit resurrected. Chosen one. The jealousy you're facing is not meant to break you. It is meant to reveal you. It is proof that heaven has placed something on your life that the world cannot imitate. Your glow is not manufactured, it is inherited. Your aura is not man-made, it is God-given. And your calling is not optional, it is unavoidable. This is only the beginning. Now that your spirit has been awakened to the truth behind the jealousy surrounding you, we must go deeper into the spiritual mechanics of what is happening. Because what you are experiencing is not simply human emotion, it is spiritual resistance reacting to divine momentum. The warfare intensified not because you failed, but because you are rising. And when a chosen one rises, everything around them responds. Anointed one, hear me with your spirit, not just your ears. The tension in your workplace, the unspoken hostility, the silent stares, the quick glances, the conversations that stop when you walk near. These are signs that your atmosphere is disturbing their atmosphere. You carry a presence that unsettles people who have built their identity on superficial foundations, and they don't even know why they feel the way they do. Some people feel intimidated by you without understanding the source. Some feel exposed without knowing what you see. Some feel threatened without you lifting a finger. You aren't attacking them. You aren't challenging them. You aren't even focused on them. But the spiritual realm recognizes you long before the physical realm catches up. Heaven endorsed you, and your colleagues can feel it even if they cannot explain it. Chosen one. You've probably asked yourself, why do they treat me this way when I haven't done anything to them? And the answer is simple. Your light is louder than their comfort. You walk differently. You think differently. You carry yourself with a dignity that doesn't need applause. You hold authority that doesn't need a title. Your presence alone confronts their insecurities. And insecure souls cannot stand next to someone who has been shaped by fire, refined by hardship, strengthened by storms, and anchored in God. You see, many of your colleagues only see your calm. They don't see the chaos you survived. They see your strength, but they don't know the nights you cried, the prayers you whispered, the seasons you had to stand alone. They see your stability, but they don't know the times you had to rebuild yourself from broken pieces. People envy the glow, but never the journey. They want the fruit, but they could not survive the pruning. They want the oil, but they would crack under the crushing that produced it. Chosen. One, jealousy is often rooted in misinterpretation. They misinterpret your silence as arrogance. They misinterpret your focus as superiority. They misinterpret your peace as pride. They misinterpret your confidence as threat. What they fail to realize is that everything you carry was forged through obedience, suffering, healing, and divine process. And here is a hard truth: when people cannot control you, they try to contain you. When they cannot contain you, they try to diminish you. When they cannot diminish you, they try to resent you. And when resentment fails, jealousy takes over. This is why you've experienced sudden distance from people who used to be friendly. Why some colleagues who once greeted you with warmth now avert their eyes. Why conversations become quieter when you approach. Why you start noticing people monitoring your movements, analyzing your reactions, studying your demeanor. Chosen one. They are not watching you out of admiration. They are watching you out of fear. Because they see what you do not, you are rising. Your steps are guided. Your path is protected. Every time they expect you to slip, you stand firmer. Every time they expect you to break, you get stronger. Every time they expect you to fall behind, you accelerate beyond their comprehension. I've lived through seasons like this too, seasons where I could feel the room shift the moment I walked in, moments where it felt like people were waiting for me to fail, times when my silence bothered people more than my words ever could. And I learned something profound. Jealousy is often the first signal that God is preparing to elevate you. Your presence reveals who is for you and who cannot go with you to the next realm. Your rise exposes hearts. Your glow reveals intentions. Your purpose reveals alliances. Chosen one. Listen carefully. Jealousy is not opposition. Jealousy is prophecy. Jealousy is evidence of your anointing, evidence of your destiny, evidence of the divine transfer that is about to hit your life. Heaven is shifting your environment not to isolate you, but to insulate you. You are being separated from people who would contaminate where God is taking you next. You are being distanced from voices that cannot handle the magnitude of your calling. You are being protected from spirits that would drain your energy before your breakthrough arrives. This is spiritual positioning, and the jealousy you are facing is proof that the position is changing. Chosen one. Now that your spirit understands the weight of the jealousy around you, we must step into a deeper realm, the realm where jealousy transforms into spiritual attack. Because envy does not stay quiet forever. When people allow insecurity to grow unchecked, it begins to manifest outwardly. And when the enemy senses a rising chosen one, he searches for any vessel, any weakness, any open heart to operate through. Anointed one. This is where many of your recent experiences make sense. The sudden tension, the strange shift in how people treat you, the unexplainable heaviness you feel in certain environments, these are not emotional coincidences. They are spiritual indicators. You're not just dealing with people, you're dealing with spirits reacting to the divine oil you carry. I have walked through this phase myself. Seasons where someone's tone changed for no reason. Seasons where people I barely interacted with began treating me like a threat. Seasons where conversations stopped the moment I entered the room. At first, I thought it was personal, but eventually God showed me. Your presence agitates the darkness they refuse to confront. Chosen one. Jealousy begins with discomfort, but if left unchecked, it grows into projection, sabotage, gossip, resentment, and spiritual hostility. And yet you must understand this truth. None of these attacks are happening to you. They are happening because of what is on you. Heaven marked you, and the enemy cannot stand the sound of your footsteps. Let's break down what you've been sensing. Some people who once spoke to you warmly now avoid you. They don't greet you first. They pretend not to see you. They offer dry, empty responses. This isn't random. Your elevation exposes their stagnation. The peace you carry reminds them of the turmoil they cannot escape. Your confidence highlights their insecurity. Every time you walk in, their spirit whispers, "You're not like them." And that alone is enough to make them withdraw. Then there are the ones who turn to gossip, not because you did anything wrong, but because speaking against you temporarily soothes the discomfort they feel around you. They twist your intentions. They exaggerate your actions. They create stories that never existed. It's not about truth. It's about emotional survival for them. Gossip becomes their shield, their attempt to regain power in a situation where your presence naturally disrupts their false sense of control. Chosen. One hear me gossip is the language of threatened spirits, and when gossip fails, sabotage begins. Small things at first, a misplaced document, a task accidentally undone, a small detail intentionally withheld. These are not simple mistakes, these are spiritual reactions. When people cannot rise to your level, they attempt to pull you down to theirs. But your spirit is too elevated to be trapped by their plots. I've lived through these moments, and I've learned that sabotage is not a sign of defeat. It is a sign of divine protection, because every trap they set exposes their heart. And every heart God exposes is a person God is removing from your next season. Chosen one, there is also the attack of emotional manipulation. One day warm, the next day cold. One moment supportive, the next moment dismissive. This psychological inconsistency is designed to destabilize your spirit, to make you doubt yourself, to make you question your instincts. But what they do not understand is that your discernment is not emotional, it is spiritual. You see beneath the surface, you see patterns, you see intentions, and when you see truth, you cannot unsee it. Then comes mimicry, the subtle attempt to copy your ideas, your mannerisms, your work ethic, even your spiritual posture. But what they fail to understand is that the anointing cannot be duplicated. They can imitate your actions, but not your essence. They can mirror your behavior, but not your calling. And when they fail to replicate what God uniquely placed on your life, frustration grows. That frustration becomes resentment. That resentment becomes jealousy. And jealousy becomes spiritual agitation. Chosen one, the enemy wants you to believe these attacks are meant to break you, but heaven wants you to understand they are meant to build you. Every attack is training your spirit. Every whisper is sharpening your discernment. Every cold stare is developing your strength. Every piece of sabotage is teaching you reliance on God instead of reliance on man. Your colleagues are not your enemies. They are instruments, vessels reacting to spiritual forces that cannot stand your light. The real battle is invisible, but so is your protection, so is your favor, so is your calling. And the more intense the attack, the closer you are to breakthrough. Chosen one. Now that you see the depth of the battle you've been walking through, it is time to lift your eyes higher, because what is happening around you is only the surface. The jealousy, the tension, the subtle hostility, the spiritual interference. These are signs, not sentences. They are indicators that heaven is shifting your life into a new dimension of authority, promotion, and divine elevation. Anointed one, listen with reverence. When God is preparing to lift a chosen one, He does not start by opening doors. He starts by revealing hearts. Before God elevates you, He exposes who cannot go with you, and He often uses jealousy as the spotlight. Jealousy is not an inconvenience. Jealousy is revelation. Jealousy is divine intelligence. Jealousy is prophetic clarity. It shows you who has access to your presence, but not access to your heart. It reveals who can stand next to your light without trying to dim it. It uncovers who was drawn to you for who you are, and who was drawn to you for what you could offer them. Chosen one. Many of the people around you were never meant to walk with you into the next season, but you're compassionate, you're discerning, you're loyal, and sometimes loyalty makes you hold on to people God has been trying to remove. So instead of physically separating you, God allows jealousy to rise, because nothing reveals a person's soul faster than how they respond to your elevation. Some people celebrated you when you were struggling, but became silent when you started rising. Some smiled when you were small, but became intimidated when God enlarged you. Some supported you when you needed help, but withdrew when you no longer needed their validation. This is the divine separation. It is painful, but it is holy, chosen. One God is not removing people to leave you empty. He is removing people to make room for the ones aligned with your future. People who see you without fearing you. People who celebrate you without competing with you. People who pray for you without pretending. People who see your destiny and are not threatened by it. I've lived through these transitions, moments where the room felt hostile, the conversations felt heavy, and the air felt spiritually thick. At first I wondered, God, why is this happening? Why am I suddenly the target of emotions I didn't provoke? But then God revealed something that changed everything. When I elevate you, I also expose those who cannot breathe at your altitude. Chosen one. This is your altitude shift, and the jealousy is the proof. Your spirit is rising, your discernment is sharpening, your purpose is unfolding. And the enemy can sense your momentum before you even step into it. That is why the attacks increased. That is why the atmosphere around you changed. The enemy always attacks the area God is about to bless. So, if you've been feeling pressure at work, if you've noticed people reacting strangely to your presence, if you've sensed spiritual heaviness around certain colleagues, if you've become uncomfortable in places where you once felt neutral, it is because heaven is repositioning you. Jealousy is not a barrier, it is a bridge. It is the indicator that your environment is too small for your calling. God is stretching you, pulling you, and preparing you for the next realm of influence. And that preparation begins with separation. Chosen one. You were never meant to blend in. You were never meant to stay hidden. You were never meant to be the background character in someone else's story. You are the light. You are the vessel. You are the one heaven has chosen to shift atmospheres. That means you cannot remain in places that shrink your spirit or stifle your gifts. God is using jealousy to increase your spiritual awareness, to teach you how to walk with wisdom, to help you discern hidden motives, to strengthen your spiritual armor, to make you unshakable before He makes you unstoppable. Some of the discomfort you feel is not attack, it is alignment. You are outgrowing environments that no longer match the size of your anointing. And just like a seed cannot stay in the soil forever, neither can you remain buried in places where your spirit no longer fits. Chosen one. Heaven is preparing to elevate you quietly. You will not need to fight, defend yourself, or seek validation. God elevates in silence, but reveals in glory. When the next door opens, it will be undeniable that it was heaven and heaven alone. You are not losing people. You are losing limitations. You are not being isolated. You are being insulated. You are not being rejected. You are being redirected, chosen one. This is not a setback. This is a setup for divine acceleration. Chosen one. Now that your spirit has begun to grasp the weight of divine elevation, we must step into a deeper realm, the realm of prophetic shift. Because what is happening in your life right now is not just a reaction from people. It is not just workplace tension, emotional turbulence, or spiritual agitation. Something far greater, far more supernatural is unfolding around you. Heaven is moving you. Heaven is repositioning you. Heaven is shifting the entire trajectory of your destiny. Anointed one, listen with your inner ear. What you've been feeling lately, the restlessness, the sudden changes in your environment, the frustration, the spiritual pressure, the unusual awareness, it is not instability, it is transition. You are not breaking down, you are breaking open. Every chosen one encounters a moment where their spirit senses a shift long before their mind understands it. You've been feeling that pull, you've been sensing that movement, you've been waking up with a knowing that something is changing, even if you cannot point to it directly. This is not imagination. This is alignment. Your soul is responding to what heaven is arranging. The prophetic shift in your life begins with exposure. God is exposing the hearts of the people around you, not to hurt you, but to protect you. The sudden jealousy you're seeing, the strange reactions, the unexpected distancing, these are revelations. These are spiritual X-rays. Before God blesses you with more, He must remove those who would sabotage, drain, or contaminate the blessing. Many of the people you thought were neutral were not neutral at all. They were simply comfortable because you hadn't stepped into your power yet. But now your spirit is rising. Now your light is intensifying. Now your purpose is awakening, and people react differently when your identity becomes undeniable. For some of you, God has been whispering internally, pay attention. You've been getting small nudges, glimpses, intuitive insights that something is being rearranged. And you've also wondered why things that used to flow freely suddenly feel heavy, why conversations feel shallow, why certain people irritate your spirit more than usual, why you feel disconnected from environments that once felt familiar. It is because your destiny is pulling you forward while your old environment is trying to hold you in place. Chosen one. This spiritual friction is divine confirmation. You are not being pushed out, you are being pulled up. The next phase of your prophetic shift is effortless elevation. You will start noticing that doors open without you knocking. Conversations align themselves. Opportunities land in your lap. People begin recognizing your value without you advocating for yourself. This is because when heaven clears a path, nothing on earth can stand in the way. What others had to chase for years, you will begin walking into with ease. Not because you are better, but because you are chosen. Not because you forced it, but because the timing is divine. Favor is not fair, but it is always precise. And as this elevation begins, something inside you will also shift. Your confidence will rise, not arrogance, but spiritual certainty. You will start speaking with clarity, making decisions with authority, moving with purpose. You will no longer shrink to make others comfortable. You will no longer dim your light to keep the peace. You will no longer hide your gifts to avoid triggering insecure spirits. Chosen one. There's a new sound in your voice, a new posture in your spirit, a new strength in your step. This internal shift is one of the most undeniable signs that heaven is preparing you for more. The next sign of this prophetic shift is the change in how others interact with you. People who once overlooked you will suddenly pay attention. People who dismissed your potential will begin to see what God saw all along. People who doubted you will become silent, not because they've healed, but because God is elevating you in ways they cannot deny or ignore. You will also notice that people who once felt big will begin to feel small in your spirit. Not because you are looking down on them, but because you no longer worship their approval. When God shows you who you are, no one's opinion can shrink you back into who you were. Chosen. Another layer of this prophetic shift is atmospheric. The environment around you will no longer feel heavy. Tasks that once felt exhausting will become easier. Conversations that once drained you will no longer affect your spirit. Even spiritual attacks that once shook you will begin to lose their power. This is divine alignment. The air around you is changing because heaven is making room for your elevation. Then we reach the most powerful phase, divine recognition. This is when people begin to see not just what you do, but who you truly are. This is where honor begins to flow toward you without you seeking it, where your contributions begin to draw attention, where your ideas start to carry weight, where your presence once ignored becomes impossible to overlook, not because of strategy, not because of manipulation, but because God has placed His hand on you visibly. Chosen one. This recognition is not the destination, it is the doorway. God is preparing you for greater influence, greater assignments, greater opportunities, and, yes, greater provision. This prophetic shift is connected to supernatural promotion and, for many of you, a divine financial transfer. You are being aligned with resources, connections, and breakthroughs that match the weight of your calling. And here is the most sacred truth. Everything you've endured was preparation. Every jealous glance, every silent attack, every spiritual disturbance, every shift in energy. It was not meant to break you, it was meant to reveal you. Chosen one, as you continue walking through this season of unusual pressure and spiritual intensity, you must understand something sacred. Everything that has risen against you is not random, not personal, and not accidental. It is prophetic. The jealousy you have sensed, the sudden hostility, the whispers, the shifts in energy, these are spiritual indicators that heaven is preparing to manifest something extraordinary in your life. What you are experiencing is not the collapse of your stability, but the confirmation of your destiny. Your life is being positioned for a breakthrough that will not only elevate you, but also expose every force that tried to hinder you. Many of the people around you are reacting to a future they can feel but cannot explain. Their spirit picks up on the revelation authority and divine momentum forming inside you even before you fully recognize it yourself. Jealousy intensifies the moment heaven begins preparing a chosen one to rise. They aren't responding to who you were yesterday. They are responding to who God is shaping you to become. Every glare, every cold tone, every subtle shift in behavior is proof that your presence carries a weight their spirit cannot dismiss. Some of the individuals who have turned against you are not fighting you, but fighting the prophecy resting on your life. They are fighting the mantle you carry. They are fighting the destiny that intimidates their complacency. And even though they may not understand God, they can sense His hand on you. That awareness unsettles them. It makes them restless. It makes them insecure. Sometimes it makes them act irrationally. Their reaction is not logical, it is spiritual. One of the clearest signs that your elevation is near is that people begin revealing their true intentions unintentionally. A comment slips out exposing their envy. A moment of silence reveals their resentment. Their facial expressions, once controlled, now show hints of agitation. Their energy shifts even when their words remain polite. Heaven is allowing you to see the truth clearly. God is removing the veil from your eyes so you can discern without confusion. You are no longer spiritually blind to the hearts around you. You are spiritually awakened. This increased clarity is not paranoia. It is discernment. As your destiny expands, so does your sensitivity to spiritual atmospheres. You begin noticing distortions you once ignored. You recognize insincerity more quickly. You sense hidden motives before they surface. This is an upgrade. Your spiritual hearing is sharpening. Your intuition is deepening. Your vision is becoming more precise. Elevation is not only about rising, it is also about perceiving. But with elevation comes separation. Before God brings you into a greater realm, He must remove the people who are unfit for it. He cannot allow you to carry old connections into a new dimension. Jealousy becomes the tool that reveals who is unprepared or unwilling to support your next season. It is heaven's method of helping you detach without emotional guilt. When jealousy surfaces, you no longer cling to the relationship, it naturally dissolves. This is why jealousy is not your enemy, it is your revealer. It separates you from the wrong voices, the wrong energies, the wrong influence. It filters your environment until only those aligned with your purpose remain. It may hurt, but it also heals. It may disrupt, but it also protects. It may confuse, but it ultimately clarifies. As God elevates you, something powerful begins to shift internally. You start carrying yourself differently. You speak with a quiet authority. You move with intention. You stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You stop defending your character to those who never valued it. You stop compromising your spirit to make insecure people comfortable. This is not arrogance. This is revelation. You are finally aligning with who you were always meant to be. With this rise in identity comes supernatural protection. What used to intimidate you no longer moves you. What used to drain you cannot touch you. What used to influence your emotions now loses its power. You become spiritually insulated. God begins surrounding you with peace that defies logic and clarity that overrules confusion. You stand in storms that once shook you, and you stand without trembling. People will notice the change even before you speak. Some will respect it, some will admire it, some will fear it, and some will resent it. But all will recognize the undeniable truth that the hand of God is on your life. Your growth is no longer subtle, it is visible. Your elevation is no longer hidden, it is unfolding. You are entering a realm where what once threatened to break you will become the very thing God uses to build you. Chosen one. Everything you are experiencing is pushing you into a future that is bigger, brighter, and more sacred than anything you've walked through before. You are not collapsing, you are ascending. You are not losing, you are shedding. You are not being attacked, you are being revealed. And soon, the same people who questioned your path will witness the glory God releases over your life. Chosen one. As this season unfolds around you, you are walking into one of the most spiritually charged moments of your destiny, the moment where everything that once resisted you becomes proof of the magnitude of what God is preparing to release into your life. If Part 7 revealed how jealousy exposes hearts and elevates your discernment, then Part 8 reveals something even greater, how God is turning every form of jealousy attack and spiritual pressure into divine momentum. You are not simply surviving this season, you are being accelerated by it. Anointed one, take a breath and allow your spirit to open. Because what I'm about to say is not surface-level encouragement. This is revelation. This is alignment. This is heaven speaking directly to the core of your calling. In this next phase of your journey, God is not just elevating you, He is transforming you. He is reshaping your identity, renewing your vision, and reconstructing the very foundation of how you see yourself. The shift happening in you is not small, it is not symbolic, it is structural. God is breaking every old pattern, every old insecurity, every old limitation that once held you back. And He is doing it through the very storms that were designed to break you. This is why the pressure intensified. This is why the jealousy grew louder. This is why the atmosphere around you shifted so dramatically. Heaven is preparing to lift you into a place where your old identity cannot follow. You cannot enter your next dimension carrying yesterday's wounds, yesterday's fears, or yesterday's mindset. So God is cleansing you through exposure, stretching you through conflict, and strengthening you through resistance. This is divine conditioning, the training of a spiritual warrior. Chosen. 1. Hear this clearly. You are being prepared for a level of visibility, influence, and spiritual authority that will require emotional maturity, discernment, and an unshakable identity. God is not simply giving you a blessing. He is elevating your entire being so you can withstand the blessing when it arrives. In these moments when people pull away, misunderstand you, or whisper about you, it is natural to feel alone. But spiritual elevation always begins with separation. It is part of your refinement. In order for your identity to fully emerge, God has to remove the voices that once diluted your confidence or distorted your perception of yourself. Every jealous spirit rising against you is a sign of the oil on your life. They see what you cannot yet see. They sense the authority growing in you. They feel the shift even before you take your first step into the new season. And though they may react with negativity, heaven is using their reactions for clarity. Jealousy becomes a mirror. Jealousy becomes a teacher. Jealousy becomes confirmation. I have lived through seasons where the tension around me grew so thick I could feel it in the air. Times where people who once greeted me warmly suddenly felt distant, strange, or cold. Times where I sensed I had outgrown environments long before I had the courage to walk away from them. And in every one of those seasons, God revealed something profound. The friction you feel is the proof that you no longer fit where I found you. You feel the friction right now because you are expanding. Your spirit is growing. Your purpose is unfolding. Your identity is maturing. Your calling is stretching. This is why your soul no longer resonates with conversations that once entertained you. This is why environments that once felt easy now feel draining. This is why certain people's energy feels heavy, off, or misaligned. You are no longer vibrating at the frequency of your past. You are vibrating at the frequency of your future. Chosen one. The prophetic shift you're in right now is also aligning you with destiny, helpers, people sent by God, not by convenience. Their presence will come with peace, not pressure, with clarity, not confusion, with spiritual resonance, not hidden resentment. These new connections will not compete with you. They will complement you. They will not drain you. They will strengthen you. They will not be intimidated by your light. They will help you guard it. But before these people arrive, the ones who cannot walk with you must be removed. This is the divine exchange, the holy rearranging, the spiritual reorganization of your life, and it is happening right now. Another dimension of this shift is the transformation of your inner voice. In the past, you questioned yourself. You overthought your decisions. You downplayed your value. You doubted your intuition even when God was speaking clearly. But in this season, God is dismantling every lie you once believed about yourself. He is replacing insecurity with identity, confusion with clarity, timidity with boldness, fear with divine confidence. You are beginning to trust the voice within you, the voice that is not emotional but spiritual, the voice that guides, warns, and directs, the voice that carries wisdom beyond your experience because it flows from the Spirit of God. This inner voice will become one of the greatest tools of your destiny. It will keep you aligned. It will protect you from sabotage. It will lead you into divine opportunities with precision. Chosen one. Let me give you a truth that will anchor you through the rest of this transition. What is coming into your life is bigger than the attack, stronger than the jealousy, and more powerful than the resistance. You are stepping into a season where God will vindicate you without you ever needing to speak. where every lie spoken against you will dissolve under the weight of your elevation, where every person who doubted you will watch your rise with silent awe, where every spiritual force that opposed you will bow to the authority God is placing on your life. Your glow will increase, your influence will expand, your peace will deepen, your vision will sharpen, your spirit will ascend. This is your divine acceleration. This is your supernatural lifting. This is your prophetic turning point. Chosen one, as we enter this final part of the message, let your spirit settle, because what you are about to hear is not merely encouragement, it is a prophetic unveiling. Everything you've walked through, every jealous stare, every silent attack, every spiritual disturbance, every wave of pressure, every shift in atmosphere, it has all been leading to this, the moment where heaven reveals the purpose behind your pain and the glory behind your warfare. Anointed one, you are standing at the threshold of a season that will redefine the course of your destiny. You are not at the end of your story, you are at the unveiling of it. The spiritual turbulence you've been navigating was never a sign of failure, it was the echo of your elevation. The enemy does not attack what is stagnant, he attacks what is rising. And you, chosen one, are rising into a realm that the enemy cannot access, cannot anticipate, and cannot alter. In this final transition, God is releasing a clarity that will silence every doubt you once carried. You will begin to understand why certain people shifted, why certain environments became uncomfortable, why certain opportunities were denied, why certain relationships dissolved, why certain battles intensified. None of it was punishment. None of it was rejection. Every moment was preparation. Chosen one, hear this with your spiritual understanding awakened. You are entering a season where everything that once opposed you will become evidence of who you were destined to become. Not one tear, not one betrayal, not one disappointment will be wasted. In fact, God is about to use each of these experiences as building blocks in the foundation of your next level. This is the season where the storms you survived will become the testimonies you carry. The jealousy you endured will become the backdrop for your vindication. The pressure you felt will become the spiritual muscle you operate with. God allowed the battle not to weaken you, but to weaponize you. You were being trained in silence, and now heaven is releasing you into visibility. The prophetic shift happening in your life is also a shift of position. You will not remain where you've been. The places that once minimized you will no longer contain you. The environments that once tolerated you will no longer fit you. You are outgrowing every room, role, and relationship that was too small for the fullness of your calling. What once felt like home will soon feel like history. And as you rise, God will ensure that every jealous tongue becomes silent. Not because you confronted them, but because your elevation will speak louder than any defense you could have offered. The very people who doubted your potential will witness the manifestation of it. God is preparing to make your breakthrough visible, not for your ego, but for your assignment. Anointed one, your breakthrough is not coming, it has already begun. The spiritual realm has shifted, the atmosphere around you is different, the weight on your shoulders is lighter, the vision in your heart is clearer, the path beneath your feet is straighter. This is the evidence that heaven is moving. You are not waiting for alignment, you are walking in it. But understand this, with greater elevation comes greater responsibility. This next chapter of your life will require you to operate with a new level of identity. You can no longer move as the version of yourself that people were comfortable with. You must move as the version God created, bold, discerning, wise, spiritually grounded, and unapologetically anointed. This means you must guard your energy with precision. You must protect your peace with intention. Not everyone can go where you are going. Not everyone can understand what you carry. Not everyone can steward the mysteries God is revealing to you. As you rise, some will be drawn to your light, but others will be intimidated by it. Do not shrink yourself to comfort them. Your calling is too great for compromise. Chosen one, you are stepping into a season where divine timing will become your greatest ally. What was delayed will now accelerate. What was hidden will now appear. What was stagnant will now gain momentum. God is repositioning you with a speed that will leave both you and your enemies stunned. This is not natural promotion, this is supernatural appointment. You will see doors open that you didn't knock on. You will hear your name spoken in rooms you've never entered. You will receive favor you didn't chase. You will step into opportunities others thought belonged to them. Because what is meant for you cannot be taken from you, and what heaven releases cannot be intercepted by man. This is the divine reversal, the supernatural turnaround, the prophetic fulfillment. Chosen one. I want you to understand one final truth. Your elevation is not simply about you. It is about the people you will impact, the atmospheres you will shift, the souls you will awaken, the doors you will open for others. God has been preparing you not just to rise, but to lead. Not just to shine, but to illuminate. Not just to succeed, but to transform. Your life is becoming a testimony of what it means to be chosen. Your journey is becoming a blueprint for those who will rise after you. Your breakthrough is becoming a sign of what God can do when a heart remains faithful. Chosen one, lift your head, straighten your back, strengthen your spirit. You are stepping into a season where heaven will make everything clear, everything right, and everything new. Chosen one, as we step into this final movement of your prophetic journey, let your heart be still and your spirit fully open. Because everything you have endured, everything you have navigated, and everything that has risen against you has been preparing you for a divine unveiling that is now at your doorstep. You are not entering an ordinary chapter. You are stepping into a spiritually orchestrated moment where heaven reveals what all the warfare has been pointing toward. Anointed one, understand this clearly. You are crossing into a season of divine clarity, divine justice, and divine acceleration. The weight that sat on your chest is lifting. The confusion that clouded your vision is fading. The uncertainty that once paralyzed you is breaking. Your spirit is aligning with your assignment, and your assignment is aligning with your destiny. Everything is converging. This is the moment where what felt delayed begins to unfold suddenly, where what felt impossible begins to make sense, where what felt heavy becomes holy. You are stepping into a realm where your battles will become your breakthroughs and your opposition will become your confirmation. Chosen one. The people who misjudged you did not truly know you. The ones who whispered about you did not understand the anointing you carried. The jealousy you faced was never about your personality, it was about your purpose. And now that purpose is rising like dawn across the landscape of your life. You are entering a season where God Himself will validate you. You won't have to speak. You won't have to defend. You won't have to prove anything. The fruit of this new season will speak louder than your explanations ever could. The evidence of God's hand on your life will silence every jealous voice, overshadow every rumor, and dismantle every lie spoken against you. This is the divine turning point, the moment where heaven removes the final barrier, the final delay, the final weight, and releases you fully into what has been prepared for you. Chosen. 1. Lift your eyes. What is coming is not small. What is coming is not fragile. What is coming is not partial. It is complete. It is abundant. It is divinely timed. You are stepping into a season of supernatural favor, accelerated opportunities, spiritual authority, and, yes, divine transfer. The same God who sustained you through the jealousy is now positioning you above it. The same God who revealed hearts is now opening doors. The same God who refined you is now releasing you. Chosen one. Your story is about to shift in ways that will surprise even you. You are ready. You are prepared. You are aligned. Chosen one. Understand this deeply. You are no longer who you used to be. Something in your spirit has shifted permanently. Heaven has completed a phase of refinement inside you, and now you are stepping into a realm where your identity, clarity, and authority have all ascended to a higher dimension. This shift is not symbolic. It is spiritual. It is real. Anointed one, you may not have the language for it yet, but you feel the difference. You sense it when you wake up with a quiet confidence that does not come from circumstances, but from God. You notice it when conversations that once drained you no longer interest you. You feel it when situations that used to consume your emotions can no longer pull you off balance. What once shook you now barely moves you. What once felt heavy now feels holy. What once overwhelmed you now feels small. This is spiritual elevation taking root within you, the rise of the version of you heaven always intended. The jealousy you encountered was never about your personality. It was a reaction to your expanding spirit. People sensed the increase before you understood it. They felt the shift, but lacked the spiritual maturity to interpret it, so their insecurity disguised itself as irritation or envy. Their reactions were never about who you were, but about who you were becoming. But now God is lifting you above those reactions, above their opinions, above their projections, above the turbulence of their unhealed spirit. You are moving into a realm where people's behavior no longer defines your confidence. Their silence doesn't wound you. Their distance doesn't confuse you. Their jealousy doesn't distract you. You see now what God always knew. You are chosen, equipped, and spiritually fortified. This strengthening is deliberate. The assignments ahead will require a higher level of emotional maturity and discernment. You cannot carry old doubts into new opportunities. You cannot bring old wounds into new blessings. God is preparing you not just to rise, but to sustain the rise. A new authority is forming in you, quiet, steady, unshakable. Built from what you survived and what God restored. This authority will speak for you in rooms you haven't entered yet. It will attract opportunities aligned with your calling, not your insecurity. You are stepping into a season of unapologetic identity where you no longer shrink, no longer dim your light, no longer silence your gifts for the comfort of others. With this comes supernatural alignment. The right people are drawn to you, the wrong ones drift away. Right opportunities flow toward you. Wrong ones fall off naturally. This is divine orchestration. Chosen. One elevation is not just rising higher, it is rising clearer, stronger, lighter. God is removing what cannot survive the altitude you're stepping into. He has been purifying your atmosphere and sharpening your discernment, preparing you for influence that requires integrity and abundance that requires maturity. Your season of inner warfare is closing. Your season of inner clarity is here. And the truth is, this you have not simply survived. You have been transformed. Chosen one. As this message comes to its sacred close, take a breath and allow your spirit to recognize what heaven has been doing within you. Nothing you heard today was random. Nothing you've walked through was wasted. You have been standing in a divine classroom, learning the language of elevation, the weight of your calling, and the truth of who you truly are in God. And now, Anointed One, you are stepping into your exact Kairos moment, the moment heaven appoints, accelerates, and aligns. What was resisted is now being released. What was hidden is now being revealed. What was shaken is now being strengthened. A supernatural transfer has already been set in motion on your behalf, a transfer of clarity, of favor, of protection, of spiritual authority, and yes, of divine elevation. You are not waiting for heaven to move. Heaven is already moving around you. Even now, God is positioning you above every jealous spirit, every silent attack, every whisper meant to distract you. Your destiny is louder than their envy. Your anointing is stronger than their resistance. And your future is brighter than the shadows that tried to surround you. Chosen one, walk forward with a confidence that is holy. Do not shrink. Do not apologize for the oil on your life. Do not dim your light to ease the discomfort of those who never understood your purpose. This is your season to rise in clarity, to stand in authority, to breathe with peace, and to move with the assurance that heaven is fighting for you, guiding you, and going ahead of you. You are stepping into a chapter where God will make your elevation undeniable. The same people who questioned you will witness your breakthrough. The same environment that tested you will testify of your growth. And the same attacks that were meant to shake you will become the proof of what you survived. Chosen one. If this word stirred your spirit, let me know in the comments so I can stand in agreement with you. And if you feel led, gently share this message so another chosen one can receive their confirmation. May God's peace wrap around you like armor. May His wisdom steady your steps. May His presence go before you and His angels surround you. Walk in your calling. Walk in your light. Walk in your divine timing. Your elevation has already begun.